What's going on, people? Happy 4th of July. Just leaving a barbecue that we had at a friend's house today. What you're gonna see is gonna be some Caribbean jerk chicken that I made from scratch at home. Just the recipe based upon the ingredients that I had, and it actually came out pretty well. There was no initial voice on it, since I didn't think it was gonna come out pretty good. But honestly, it's better than what a lot of people said they've had with eating normal jerk chicken. So I'm gonna be sharing that here with you moving forward. All right, so we started off with half a medium-sized white onion, half a green bell pepper, about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, whatever you want to do with that to taste. Got it in the food processor. Got about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, a few slices of peeled ginger going in now. Those right there are going to be the Habeneros or Scotch Bonnets, depending on where you get them at, but roughly the same thing as far as Scoville units go with peppers. So got 3 of those going in there. Next, we're going to start with our spices. Right now, I've got a little bit of allspice going in, roughly about half a tablespoon, maybe a whole tablespoon. Not real big on measuring. Next, we got about a good teaspoon of nutmeg going in. Maybe a little more than a teaspoon. Once again, not big on measuring. Lastly, I've got cinnamon. Got some cinnamon going into the mix here as well. Probably about a good half tablespoon of cinnamon also. Now, a couple things I did fail to include in there as well. I did use some salt. Since this is going to be a marinade, salt is a flavor enhancer to kind of bring everything together. I used about a good probably half tablespoon of salt. That right there was a citrus. So whatever citrus of your choice. I myself, well, I keep mine a secret, but it is a Simply Orange variation. I used about a half a cup to a cup, depending on how much marinade you're trying to make. Also, I included about a 1/4 cup of Kikkoman soy sauce in there. And also as part of the mix, and what I'm doing, I'm just pulsing that up until it becomes a real fine mixture. You can multiply the ingredients if you're making it for larger batches, but you kind of want to make it into sort of like a slurry or as fine as you can get it, so it soaks into the meat really well. All right, so we've gotten everything processed as far as the marinade goes. What I ended up doing was I got a 2 or 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag. I'm really not sure. I had a couple different packs of chicken, one big pack of thighs and one big pack of legs. I was just doing dark meat this time. What you do is you pour it into a marinating bag, and I'm sure you've probably done this before, but get all the air out. Make sure it's distributed into the meat. And I say let it marinate for at least 2-3 hours if you can. I ended up marinating this from about 3 in the morning to 11, or maybe 4 in the morning to 11. I don't know. It was in the fridge for a substantial amount of time. Let me put it that way. Now, while I marinate my chicken or virtually any other type of poultry as well, I prefer to go ahead and instead of sitting on a plate like a lot of people do or a cookie sheet, I like to sit mine in a pot because good pots don't drip. All right, so the jerk chicken I made earlier this morning, got it done marinating. It's been a few hours. Just got my ribs off. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. Kind of getting the grill up to temperature. Chicken cooks a little bit higher than the ribs on the smoker, so shooting for about 275, 300 overall across the grill. Get that started here. I think I got a hot spot on it on this right side, so I'm just going to rotate this a little bit and put everything on there then. See if I'm still getting those warmer readings. All right. Some legs. And we're just gonna smoke this chicken for a few hours, just till it's done. Now the reason why I'm using tongs to do this is because this marinade I made is real hot. I don't know what I was thinking. Way too many habaneros in there. You can see the little pieces on the chicken now, but we all in now, so. Alright, show y'all the product once I got everything on there. Alright, so we got the smoker fully loaded. Thighs and drumsticks. And we're gonna let these go for probably a couple hours or so. About 300 degrees. The smoke come on up. Looks a little low now, but it's gonna climb back up. Ain't worried about it. Should be done with my jerk chicken now. Glazed a little while ago. Yep. Nice caramel color on them. Start panning it up. Smoked about 2 hours. That color fool you. It's caramelization. It's not burnt. No direct heat is the way to go, people. Fall off the bone, good chicken. See, yeah, no burn. We'll say this is hot. Careful with your utilization of the habaneros, the Scotch bonnets, or whatever you like to call them. Don't stick. Let's go. There we go. Uh-oh.